I keep on checking for you, checking on me, checking for you, checking on me too. I keep on checking for you, checking on me, checking for you, checking on me too. Yeah, listen. Finsters and fake pages, I've been scrolling down my viewers. I still care about you, I be lurking through your pictures. You can't forget about me, I can't forget about you. Can't forget about time we spent falling in love, it was such a move. I let you in, treated you just like my own. So how did you expect me to just let go? Where you at, what you doing, baby? Who you doing, baby? Where you at, where you at? Where you at, what you doing, baby? Got a new baby, who is that, who is that? Checking on you, checking on me, checking for you, checking on me too. On you, I keep on checking for you, checking on me, checking for you, checking on me too. Does your new bitch know you still check on me? But does my new man know that I still beg for it? Try to be respectful, but I don't know how to cancel my subscription to your mental. You had so much potential on you. Hey, yeah, that's why I still be checking, yeah. That's why I still be checking, yeah, yeah, yeah. You got me on you. Why you checking on me too? On you, checking on you. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Yes, that they watching me. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Thing I can't see. That you're checking on me, checking on you, checking on me, checking on you too. Yeah. So you just keep on checking for me, checking on you, checking for me, checking on you. On you, on you. LiveHouse. I go by the name of Lexaay. That's Lex, 2 A's and a Y.
What inspired me to become an artist? I would say there isn't any one experience that inspired me to want to be an artist and to pursue it. I think I was always surrounded by family and friends who, you know, really believed in me and encouraged me. Like they were creative themselves and then encouraged me to find my own, you know, find myself within my creativity. So my family really pushed me. First of all, by example, on my mom's side, my aunt is a singer, and her side of the family is full of singers and musicians, and on my dad's side as well. So my dad he had a band with like my dad, my grandpa, my grandma sang lead. My cousin Richie was on the drums. Like it was just a family band, and growing up, they would let me practice with the band. So I would get my little mic stand. My nickname was Shaka Khan because those are my favorite songs to sing. And that's where it started. And as my family saw that I had an interest, then it was like, okay, well, we're going to do this the right way. We're going to put you in dance and we're going to put you in acting lessons and singing, and you're going to be on stage. And, you know, everything that I said I wanted to do, I was really, really blessed to have a mother and to have mentors that would push me in that direction. You know, like I said, I wanted to record my own music in 6th grade, and my mom came home with studio equipment. So I was just really supported. I love just like 60s, 70s, 80s tunes. I love like heavy belting, but I'm a fan of music in general, right? I think what you hear more in my music would be like my 2000s influence. Because I was a child in the early 2000s. I love Sierra, okay? I love Britney Spears. I was a Chris Brown stan. So I think you hear more of that influence, but when it comes to singing and who my inspirations are singing, they definitely come from like more 70s, 80s era. My writing process is kind of all over the place. I try not to box myself in too much because inspiration can come from anywhere. One of my favorite things to do is to write a song on the fly about whatever I'm doing. So I've written songs in the car. I've written songs on the airplane. I've, written songs in the shower. So it's just like whenever inspiration hits me, I do my best not to shut it down. It really doesn't matter what I'm doing. I could be mid-conversation, be like, hold on, that'd be a really good song there. Let me just... And then I'll come back because I don't want to block the creativity ever. Yeah, so they come from anywhere and everywhere. The experience I want people to have when they listen to my music is completely their own, right? I want it to be completely their own. My goal when I make music is to express myself, right, and what I'm going through, and the reason why I put it out is in hopes that those songs can help to create community. And help people connect to their own experiences. So while you might not necessarily be going through what I was talking about in X3, I'm sure there's someone in your life that you felt like you've disappointed, right? I'm sure there's someone in your life that you felt like you didn't show up for. I mean, if you don't have those people, then that's amazing. You're doing great, sweetie. But I strive to be relatable, and I think that the human experience in and of itself is relatable. We don't have to be going through the same thing to experience the same emotions. There aren't that many emotions to feel. So there's some common ground somewhere. When people listen to my music, I, of course, want them to listen to me and whatever I'm saying, but I more so want them to listen to themselves and listen to the things that they don't say out of their mouth. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want it to be an introspective experience. I want it to be fun. I want it to feel like I'm your homegirl that is, willing to say exactly how she feels. 'Cause I mean, most of the time I am. But I just want people to not feel so alone when they listen to my music. Yeah, so okay, X3 is a song that is on my project Interludes to Healing that I dropped October 14th of 2021. And it was really, the whole project was inspired by me starting therapy. I went back to therapy and was really serious about healing childhood trauma and interested in the things that I needed to do to become the Lexaay that I wanted to be, right? And so I wrote X3 with my homeboy RJ the Weirdo in his living room. And when we first started that song, it was really interesting because it was just kind of writing itself, but I didn't know what it was about at the time, right? I'm writing, you've been losing patience, maybe I've been in the way. I didn't know who I was talking to yet. But once the song was finished and we listened back to it, it was really just my heart talking on the track, speaking to a person that I was seeing at the time. It was just kind of an apology. That was me saying, I see what I've been doing and how it might affect you, and just letting that person know that I recognized it, right? And so that was how the name X3 came along, because I felt like that person was going to be my third ex. And so, that's how it came along. I thought he was going to be my third ex. And so it was X3. And I felt like I owed that apology to the ones that were before him as well.
You've been losing patience, maybe I've been in the way. I know I've been selfish, don't I always get my way. I guess we'll say I run away and place the blame. I didn't assume that you would stay. And you sufficient, waiting on somebody else. See, I'm trying to stop feeling sorry for myself. Maybe one day I'll quit lying to myself. Maybe, baby, I just needed some help. But baby, I've been in the way. I know I've been selfish, don't I always get my way? I guess we'll say I've run away, place the blame. I didn't assume that you would stay. Look, swear I'll understand if your need for normalcy outweighs what you feel for me. Follow your lead and I'll let it go, even though it might take me long. Not used to losing control, but if you want this, let me know. Just let me know, let me know. Just let me know, let me know. Let me know, lose control. Just let me know, let me know, wait, let me know. Hey, yeah.
So yeah, I went back to therapy, and I definitely endorse mental health, right? Mental health is super, super important to me. And so I want other people to be inspired to live in their truth and speak about their experience through me, right? I always took this stance as a person in my personal life and my friendships, and you know, in whatever interaction that I have, where how do I say this? I enjoy creating spaces for people to be their full selves, right? To live in who they are and to own the things that they've experienced. And so I've always tried to make people more comfortable in interactions by first acknowledging what I've experienced, right? So I'm super open. And I think that comes across in my music. My first EP was about a heartbreak and the stages of me getting through that breakup, and it was very open and very vulnerable and very hard. And then following that up with my second project, where it was a little bit more abstract. You didn't know exactly who I was speaking to. The lyrics were a little more open-ended. And so people were able to draw themselves and put themselves into those stories, which made them interact with it and feel it even more, which is all that I've ever wanted. I would love to collaborate with Tyler, the Creator, because he can do anything. Tyler is so talented and so curious and such a student that I think that he would be up for creating anything. And he's really one of those people that I consider a visionary, you know. I would envision our interaction to be like creating an entire world from the beginning of it to its destruction, and I just think it would be the most beautiful thing ever. And I've loved watching his evolution, like coming from Odd Future, because I was a really big Odd Future fan. I told you I was I hate everything that sucks kind of teenager. Right. So I was at every Odd Future show. Every time they came to Dallas, I was in the mosh pit, there, front and center. I used to lose a shoe every time. It was like it wasn't a good night if I came home with both shoes. So Sticky Note Freestyle was off of my first EP, Wild But True, that came out in February 2021. And as I previously stated, it was part of me going through a breakup and getting over the breakup. So I actually wrote Sticky Note Freestyle before I broke up. Okay? All right? Okay, guys, hear me. This was before I broke up. I hadn't actually broken up with the guy yet. But I was planning it. But I didn't know what I wanted to say. So I hit my homeboy, Eric Mouton, who made the beat. I hit him up and I was like, dude, let's make a song. Now, mind you, I had been ducking him for months, because ever since he found out I could sing, which was before I was doing music, he'd be like, bro, let's make a song. Let's make a song. And I would shut him down every time. Eric, no, absolutely not. But then I was in my feelings, and I remembered that when I was younger, that was something that I would do. I would write songs to help me, like, I guess, gather my emotions and figure out how I felt. And so I texted Mutan one night, hey bro, send me a beat. And so he did. And the next morning I woke up, was getting ready for work, curling my hair. And my then boyfriend was asleep in the bed, literally a couple feet away from me. And I just started going in on him. Literally just started going in on him. And I'm like, And I look again, okay. I'm going crazy. Just like, I put everything that I felt in that moment in the song.
Let's take this back to the beginning, baby. Before you start all this pretending, baby. Before you leading me on, doing me wrong. I thought I was all you needed, baby. I guess you had some other plans that I didn't quite fit up in. And now I'm here picking up the pieces. Like an average white man, you got blood along your sneakers, nigga. You thought I was gonna leave you, nigga. Just like the last bitch, but that's the past tense. You've been distracted while I was bending over backwards for your loving, doing backflips in my mind all of the time. Do you remember the time? All them flights to come and see me, nights you wouldn't leave me, kept me on your screen just like the motherfucking TV. You said you needed time to figure out your mind, but you said a lot of shit and now it's obvious, yeah. You said you needed space, too much on your plate. You said a lot of shit and now it's obvious. Oh, talking out the side of your neck. Said you've been talking out the side of your neck, yeah. Talking out the side of your neck. Said you've been talking out the side of your. Took me to the place with all them pictures on the wall. Your mama and your brother and your sister and them. Everybody telling me you best be careful with him. Handle him with care. Don't you go nowhere. Be attentive and be forgiving. I always listen. Whole time I'm forgetting niggas' agendas be hitting on me. Ladies, and my feelings now. Ain't no one gon' get me out. Cause you was talking out the side of your neck. Niggas be talking out the side of their neck, yeah. Talking out the side of your neck, yeah.
It's one of my favorite songs. Just because it's that song where you can roll your neck and be like, you know, roll your neck and kind of talk crazy to the dude, and it's like women empowerment, right? I feel like a woman when I sing that song. Heartbreak, loneliness, hopefulness, and I think the last one I'll say is realness. Like, I gotta give it to you raw and straight and exactly how I feel it. Otherwise, I feel like I'm not being true to myself. I think that it took me a while to find this type of transparency in my music. I grew up dancing, and I learned really early on how to tell a story physically and with my body. But I wasn't always great at verbal communication and verbally communicating my emotions, or, I suck at telling stories, I get lost and stuff. I can't lie very well either. So, like, it just all kind of worked together. And I wasn't great at expressing myself verbally, but I can write. I've always been a writer, so I write short stories, I write poetry, I used to write, like, TV shows when I was a kid. I wanted to be a TV writer. So I've always been a writer, and I've always been able to sing, so it was like, okay, let's sing it. And that took a lot. It's taken a lot. And it takes a lot every single day to get up and be like, you know, and empower myself and be like, yeah, I can do this. But I won't lie, the transparency in the music it's an everyday struggle, right? Because it's all that I'm willing to do, but it is something that I have to trick myself into doing. Yeah. So live performance is what I want people to really remember about Lexaay. I want you to remember that you had a great experience seeing me perform. I love people and I love being around, you know, energy and feeling people's energy. Like that's something that empowers me and invigorates me. It's just being around people and being around that energy. I'm an only child, so I have like my reclusive moments, but then I have those moments where like I really want to be around people because I don't have people in my house. So like I want to be around people and I want to do that. And so when it came to getting on stage and dancing, I got to tell people stories, right, with my body. And I also got to be around people. I got to be around them in rehearsal and I got to be around them on stage. And then there were people watching, and then, you know, you strike up conversation about the movement, and, you know, you have experiences performing, but also seeing performance. So performance at the end of the day is like in the thread of my being at this point. I'm just an entertainer. Like I'm very animated when I speak and when I communicate with people, and so I think it just carries over into the music. It's your girl Lexaay, and you just tuned into my LiveHouse experience. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me at Lexaay. That's Lex, 2 A's and 3 Y's. But to listen to my music, you find me at Lexaay, Lex, 2 A's and 1 Y on all major streaming platforms.